Hi guys, Jill here. Welcome to my channel. So I've decided that, you know what, I need to get on here and record this because I have made some little changes to my routine on how I secure my hair and put on my wig and secure my wig. I have kind of changed things up just a little bit, but enough to where I feel I need to update you guys. So I hope you find this helpful, and I also hope you may consider subscribing. I have documented my wig journey right here on YouTube and learned a lot along the way, and I've learned so much from you guys as well. I hope you'll consider becoming part of this really amazing community of mature women, very supportive, positive people, and we'd love to have you. So let's get going. So I'm doing a couple things differently these days, and one of the things that I've just recently been doing is I've been experimenting with wearing some kind of a wig cap, you know, some sort of wig stocking to create a barrier between my scalp, my hair, you know, and the wig itself. That is supposed to really cut down on itching a lot, which really makes sense. And as long as I get my wig very secure, then it doesn't move around much. And that's really important. I think the more secure you get your wig, so when you move your head or up and down or just go through life, that your wig's not just even slightly moving around, because that can create that, you know, itching to happen. So with that in mind, I thought I'm going to try to make this the best experience as I possibly can. So I've been experimenting with wig caps. My favorite kind so far is kind of the fishnetting ones that has the open top to them, but I need to reorder one of those because mine, I have to throw it away. They don't last forever. So I have been wearing this kind, which looks exactly like, you know, a nylon sock kind of thing. But what I've been doing is I've been kind of cutting off the top here. So I'm going to do that now. So yeah, there's a little seam here at the top, and I just cut this right off. Just this very top here. So now this is going to be open, and I'm going to show you why I prefer that. Especially, I think, important if you do have hair like me, and if you have really kind of long hair, you'll really want to utilize something that has an open top. So the first thing I do, especially this is new, is I do kind of just stretch it out a bit. It's really important that whatever you wear under your wig sock, your wig cap thing, whether you wear a wig grip or not, that it's not too tight, because you don't want any kind of compression through the day. That's going to probably give you a headache, especially if you're prone to headaches. So I find that these do fit me a little tighter around the perimeter versus the netting kind, but it's never enough to where I feel like it's compressing my head. I just have noticed it fits me a little tighter. So anyway, I just like to kind of stretch that out. Then I put this on right here, and I get the part that I just cut. That edge is going to go over the top. But first, I want to make sure all my hair is out from under there. But first, what I do is I get my IT Stays. Yes, I still use this stuff, you guys. It is the saving grace for me. I absolutely love it. Super easy to take off, which in this video I will show you how I take off my wig, because many of you asked me, we wish you would have just showed us how you take off the wig and how you remove the IT Stays, yada yada. So we will be doing that at the end of this video. At the end of the day, I'll make sure I record that. So to get the ball rolling, I have to roll it along all the way around so it rolls really well. This one's getting low on my hand here, and that way it's just not having a hard time. And then I still take this right in here. I take it just a little bit on my skin here, right below my hairline. So I do a roll there, and then I just roll this right on back. If you feel that it's still having a hard time kind of rolling, just kind of keep working with it. Eventually, it will start doing its thing. It is a little annoying, but I notice when they get a little old, it tends to happen more. And I do take it back pretty far because I'm going to also be securing my little wig stocking here with the IT Stays, because if I don't, it just starts slipping back and it's very annoying. So this seems to be the trick that has been working for me lately. So I just got to be patient with my rolly ball here, I think. Just kind of get that going. So it looks like I'm putting a ton of this on, but I'm not. It's just at the end of the bottle, it's having a hard time kind of working for me here. Okay. Now, I usually always take out about this much out of my wig, you know, around that hairline there. So I always want to make sure that I don't put any of the It Stays right along here. So I will just take it right here, because usually the wig will touch me right about here, and then I just kind of take it right around that area. Same on this side. Because I still do like to, I'll try not to put any kind of right there. If I do, a little water on my fingers will take it off. But I do like to kind of take it kind of right back in here. Okay. Okay, and then to prevent my little thing here from scooting up through the day, all up and through here, I do put a little bit of the It Stays right here, kind of, you know, right where that occipital bone is. I kind of put a little bit there, and I put some there on the other side. You can kind of feel the coolness of it, and that's when you know it did deposit what you needed to deposit. And then I take the side that I've trimmed, so that side there, and I take it up. I let it kind of stick there on my ears for a bit down in here. It acts as a little anchor while I get, sometimes it moves up anyway, but as I get my hair all secured up here. So the netting kind does this for you, and it has a lot more room to stretch. So if you have a lot of hair, I think the netting ones, the fish netting ones would probably work a little better, but I don't have a ton of hair here. So I get all my hair up in here, and then I kind of bring this long piece over. But if you have any bulk back here, that's when you kind of take it and you massage your hair around so it will get flat and you won't have any kind of bulkiness. So you kind of spread your hair out underneath there. Then I take the bottom part here, I scoop it up, and where I put that It Stays, I'll just kind of hold it there for a little bit. Just kind of hold it. And then it kind of moved where I kind of like it to go, and that is it. That is how I just kind of disperse my hair back there. And that is how I've been doing this. I don't put a lot of It Stays in the very back, because at night when I take off my wig, I take a damp cloth and I just kind of remove the little dots, you know, the little dots that I put of the It Stays, and it comes off really nice. But I'll show you how I do that at the end of the day. Okay, so we are ready now. We are ready to put our wig on. And this is the editor's pick by Raquel Welch in Shaded Biscuit. It's brand new to me. I'm not quite used to it yet. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try to wear it today to see if I can get used to it, because it's so gorgeous. So now, I like to secure the nape of my wigs because I have kind of a flatter head. All my wigs kind of like to start moving up through the day, no matter, it seems, how I adjust these little strappy things on the back. It doesn't seem to matter. So I do like to secure the back of my wig. I haven't been doing it with the It Stays, but what I have been doing is I've been using wig tape that looks like this. This is just a tiny bit wider than the last batch that I got. I must have not ordered the same size, but what you do want, because it fits perfectly on the extended nape wigs, is the 3/4 inch. The white tape, 3/4 inch, looks exactly like this. I get it from wigsbypattiespearls.com. I will put the link down in the description box for you. And what you do is there's two sides to remove tape. One side has two pieces to remove, and the back end has just one long strip. So that's the part that you're going to attach to your wig, is the one long strip. This only works, it seems, on the extended, for me anyway. I only get success with using this on the extended nape wigs that have either the velvet or the moleskin, you know, right here. It'll stick really nicely to that. At the end of the day, I remove it and I put a fresh one on every time. It doesn't ruin my wigs at all. One thing you do want to keep in mind is, because I do shave the nape of my neck and it needs to be done again, I can tell, but I do shave back there because this will work really well if it's skin to tape. If you have a bunch of hair back there, you're not going to get a very good success with this, and it's going to hurt when you remove it because this is tape. Whereas this adhesive, the It Stays adhesive, it does not hurt at all when you take it off your head. This will. It'll smart. So you'll have to kind of take it off, you know, like a Band-Aid. The less hair you have back there, the more success you're going to have with adhesion, and it's not going to hurt so much when you take it off. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this right here on that extended nape, making sure that I don't put it over this edge because I don't want the hairs here to stick to it. And I just secure that down. And then it's time to put it on, so I'm going to go ahead now and take off the two sides because it's double-sided, of course. And this is the side now that is going to stick to my skin back there. So here's what I do, because once it kind of sticks, I don't want to take it off and re-stick it. Sometimes I have to, but it's tape. So the very best adhesion is going to be the very first time you use it. So let's get this baby on. So for now, I'm just going to set it here. Okay, I'm not really gonna press on it or anything because I'm gonna want to adjust the front here. So that It Stays takes a little time to set up, so all this time we've been talking is perfect. You don't have to rush around with it at all. So once I get it where I want it, and this looks good, just want to maybe move it back just a little. Make sure my ear tabs are definitely straight. And they are. So now I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to put them right under the fibers, and I'm going to hold there, and I'm going to put them back a little bit because if you remember, we did put the It Stays back a little ways. So now I'm going to count to 10 when I gently push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'm going to press this down, and I'm going to take it right to the temple tabs, hold it there for a minute, and release that. I'm going to do little circles. I like doing that here. It really helps to flatten knots and make that hairline look even better. And I'm just going to hold it there. This baby is so secure. It feels great. Now, I just want to make sure that is where I want that to be, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and press this down a couple times. I'm going to make sure that those little metal stays are kind of cupping my nape and pointing inward. Feels good. I really want to make sure that the cap and or the wig, neither one of those things is sitting right up against my ear, because that is going to really bug you. It's going to itch. If you wear glasses, it's going to be so annoying. If you have a wig that really bunches up behind your ear, two things could be going on. One is that, like me, your measurement from here to here makes it a little difficult, and even though you may be an average size everywhere else, all your wigs might sit back there, so you can put a little bit of It Stays up a little bit right in here, just a little dot. You can hold it there and it'll kind of keep it up out of the way. Sometimes I have to do that. This one's not too bad. It wants to kind of do that, but I think it's okay. It's kind of staying. The other thing you may be doing, which is what I used to do, is I used to wear the nape of my wigs down too low, and then it pulls everything right to the back of your ear. So make sure that you let the nape, you know, kind of ride up a little bit right just under the occipital bone, you know, and then you don't have to have it really far down. It should just kind of settle right under the occipital bone, and then the wig is going to settle where it should be. So that's it, guys. That's what I've been doing. And if you like to wear the wig grip, I just find that I'm just hypersensitive. I don't do well in these. I feel it. I feel it's one more thing that I got on my head. I would like to get away with the least amount I possibly can. These can make me feel kind of, I don't know, it's this really strange kind of vice feeling. No, I don't put it on too tight. I don't know. I just don't like wearing these. But if you do, then just go ahead after you do exactly what we did with that wig stocking and it's secured on there, go ahead and put this over the top and then put your wig on. And I think you'll find, and this is what I am finding, I think, is that indeed it is true that I have kind of less itching during the day when I do wear a wig cap, even though technically I would prefer not to wear one at all, because again, the least I put under there, the better. The little bit of clips and things that I used to do, it didn't really bother me at all. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's just kind of one more barrier to put on before you put your wig on. The other thing that I also have noticed is with the fishnet stocking ones, I feel like those these are a little tiny bit warmer. The fishnet ones are just, air is able to kind of get in there a little bit, if that makes sense. And I feel like this does create a nice barrier, but on the other hand, I do feel like it's maybe a little bit warmer as well, even though they're just that really fine stocking knit, Anyway, I wanted to put that out there. It all really boils down to this, you guys, is that you just have to experiment with, all of these different things. This has been nothing but one big experiment with me, and I just like to share with you what I'm learning works for me along the way or what isn't working for me. And I change things up all the time, and I try new different things and just see what works and what isn't. And that's what you're going to find is going to happen too in your wig journey. I hope you guys find this helpful. I thought it was due time that I update what I'm doing because it's been a little while. Not a whole different. I just basically have replaced clips with my knit stocking that I put under there, and I don't put It Stays all the way around now, in the nape area. I instead will do just a couple little dabs and, let that stocking kind of stick there so it doesn't ride up through the day. It's very annoying when that happens. And then wig tape is what I use to secure the wigs in the back. I do shave the nape, so you will have to do that. It's not going to stick as well if it's over the top of, a bunch of hair. So you may decide that It Stays works best for you back there. You don't even have to use wig tape, you guys. You can always do a low pony and secure your wig over that little ledge, and it'll stay there, and then do the It Stays and all that in the front. But I do have wigs that have a very close nape, like the Ignite, and I can't have any little bubble or bump back there from a little tiny ponytail. So I definitely use the wig tape back there for those kinds of styles. So all ready to take my wig off. I am a shower in the morning kind of girl, so I do this at night or whenever I decide to take my wig off during the day. Those of you that are nighttime shower people, perfect. You can just jump in the shower and you're good to go. But you don't need to. This is really easy. It Stays comes out very easily with water. Remember, it is 100% water soluble. It comes out really super easy with water. Okay, so the first thing that you definitely want to make sure of is that you never ever grab your lacing in any way. You don't want to lift it off by getting your fingers under the lacing. You don't need to touch the lacing at all. So that's very important. This does not hurt one bit. It doesn't hurt to lift it off. It doesn't hurt the hair or my skin at all. So I'm telling you right now not to ever touch the lacing. That's really important. You don't have to get your fingers under it at all to release it. You don't want to touch it, basically. So I'm going to be demonstrating how to do that in a bit. But the first thing is I do like to take that tape off back there, and I just pull straight back to release the tape from the back of my nape. And that way it's not really stuck on when I do this. So you're gonna get your fingers on the sides and kind of underneath the actual fibers there, and you want to get a grip of it, And you're just going to simply pull straight up. You're just going to pull straight up, and it is going to come off so easy, you guys. Didn't hurt my wig at all. I have been doing this from day one when I discovered the It Stays. What was that now? 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. And it has never ruined my lacing. It's not ruined my wigs at all. It may be a little sticky because mine right now, when I touch it, it's a little sticky. It's not bad though, and I don't worry about it until I shampoo my wigs. I put that off for as long as possible. But yeah, I don't worry about it. But if it bothers you, take a towel with some damp water and just really lightly just kind of press it there, let it dissolve it and get rid of it, and it'll dry overnight and be ready to go in the morning. But yeah, I don't use a ton of It Stays, so my wigs never get really gummy or sticky, really. And I've never had it hurt my hair or my skin at all. I've never had a weird reaction to It Stays, and I've never had it pull my hair or hurt my hair in any way. It's great stuff. My wig caps stay on now, and it's so nice because without using the It Stays, they just get up in a little ball, and it drives me nuts, and I can feel it under my wig and everything. So since I've been using the It Stays to secure my wig cap in the back and in the front, it's great. And it's so easy to take off. Really super easy to take this off as well, even though it's quite secure. I'm telling you where it usually balls up under my wig. You just get your fingers under there and boom, it's gone. Doesn't hurt at all, doesn't pull. It's not sticky at all this time. My It Stays was pretty tacky and perfect when I put it on there, but if it does get a little gummy again, you can take a little water, rinse it out a little bit. It'll be good to go the next time. I was saying that I really love doing this in the summer when it's warm. Using cool water to do this part feels so refreshing. I actually look forward to it. So I'm getting my towel a little damp here, and remember I have a little area there on each side under the occipital bone where I put some of the It Stays to secure my little wig nylon cap there. So I just let it soak there for a bit, and then I just take that water and just run it through. It dissolves so easy, you guys. It's great. So that's all I do back there. And now in the front, I'm going to try to show you. I don't know how successful it was, but I'm going to try to show you so you can see how I cup the water in my hand and let it soak on my head. And I let it soak there on my head for a bit, and then I run it through. And that's how I get rid of it along the perimeter of my head. So I'm going to try to show you here. We'll see. We'll see how successful I am. I'm trying to see. Look at, there's my microphone that I didn't turn on. Okay, so I'm going to bend over my sink, and I'm cupping. Now you still can't see. That's too bad. I'm cupping the water in my hand, and I just kind of let it soak there on my head for a bit. Oh, there you can see a little bit. Cup the water, bring it through. I cup the water, and I just let it sit there. Sometimes I'll let it sit there for a little bit, probably because it feels good. I got to put it back because it was getting a little hard. Yeah, and I'll cup the water. I'll let it kind of just soak there for just a couple seconds and then run it through. And so the front of the hair gets pretty wet, but then you got to have a towel ready, and then you just use the towel and dampen off things, and you're good to go. And then I take my towel. Your hair does get kind of wet. I take the towel and get it from dripping down my face. This takes just a couple minutes. I actually do look forward to it when I take off my wigs. And then you just comb it through. It's not sticky. It's not anything. It comes out so easy. Really easy. Looks like I got a little bit left back there. So I'm just going to take my fingers and just kind of run it through with some water, and it dissolves and slips right out. And now I can get my comb through, and it's not sticky back there at all. And then all I do is I grab one of the square band headbands. This is what I wear at night, and I just stick that baby in, I take off my makeup, or if I'm not ready to do that quite yet, maybe it's dinner time, I will take my makeup off later, and that's it. That's what I look like for the rest of the day. That's it, guys. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.